Hello everyone. So today we'll learn about ecosystem. That is a small topic chosen from environmental science, a part of basic civil engineering. So first we'll go through the concept on ecosystem, like what is the basic concept behind ecosystem. So as we know, an ecosystem is a region with a specific and recognizable landscape from such as forest, grasslands, desert, wetlands, or coastal areas. The nature of the ecosystem is based on its geographical features such as hills, mountains, plains, rivers, etc. It is also controlled by climatic conditions such as the amount of sunlight, the temperature, and the rainfall in the region. So basically, ecosystem can be divided into terrestrial or land-based ecosystem and the aquatic ecosystem also in water. So these form the two major habitat conditions for the Earth's living organism. So basically, all the living organism in an area live in communities of plants and animals. They interact with their non-living environment and with each other at different point in time for a large number of reasons. Life can exist only in a small proportion of the Earth's land, water, and its atmosphere. If we talk about a global level, and the thin skin of the Earth on the land, the sea, and the air forms the biosphere. And if we talk about a sub-global level, this is divided into biogeographical realms. For example, we know Eurasia called the Palearctic realm, and South and Southeast Asia is the Oriental realm. And the next, if we talk about the on a national or state level, what is the ecosystem? This forms biogeographical regions. For example, like the geographical regions in India, the Himalayas, the Gangetic Plain, the highlands of central India. And if we see around ourselves, like in a local level, each area has several structural and functionally identifiable ecosystems such as different types of forests, grasslands, river catchments, and seashores, islands, etc. we see around ourselves. Now we'll after this concept of ecosystem, we'll go to the definition of ecosystem, like what is the definition of what is the ecosystem in technical term. So the living community of plants and animals in an area together with the non-living components of the environmental such as soil, air, and water constitutes the ecosystem. And also ecosystem can be categorized into its abiotic constituents including minerals, climate, soil, water, sunlight, and all other non-living elements, and its biotic constituents consisting of all its living members. Like this majorly can be divided into two systems. It constitutes together are two major forces. Like first one is the flow of energy through the ecosystem, and the second is cycling of nutrients within ecosystem. Now we will understand the ecosystem. So understanding the ecosystem is basically how does the ecosystem look like. One should be able to describe specific features of the different ecosystem in one own surroundings. And if I ask you what is its structure, like is it a forest, a grassland, a water body, an agricultural area, so you should define it by yourself. And the next question, if I ask you what is the composition of its plant and animal species, and basically how does the ecosystem works, like how does it functional. So the natural ecosystem include the forest, grasslands, deserts, and aquatic ecosystems such as ponds, rivers, lakes, and sea, as we have seen in the last slide already. So the ecosystem functions through several biological cycles and energy transfer mechanisms. Observe and document the components of the ecosystem, which consists of its non-living or abiotic features such as air, water, climate, and soil. Its biotic components, the various plants and animals. Now, if we talk about the structure and function of an ecosystem, there are various aspects on the basis of we can classify the structural aspects or from functional aspects. So, if we talk about structural aspects first, then there are various components that make up the structural aspect of an ecosystem includes. Like first one is inorganic aspects. They may be carbon, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, or water. Organic compounds like protein, carbohydrates, lipids. And if you talk about climatic regimes, like temperature, moisture, light, and topography also may be there. Producers and that we have seen or we know already that like producers are plants, and the most favorable example of producers are like plants. Macro consumers like phagotrophs are like large animals. Micro consumers like saprotrophs, absorbers like fungi. And after the structural aspects, if we see about the functional aspect, then and there are various functional aspects like energy cycles, food chains, and diversity also may be there, and the nutrient cycles like biogeochemical cycles, like we'll see phosphorus, nitrogen cycle. We'll see all those cycles in later slides. Now if you learn about we will learn about producers, consumers, and decomposers. Like these are the basic parts to understand the ecosystem. Like what are the producers, what are the consumers, what are the decomposers. So first, as we know, plants are the producers in the ecosystem, as they manufacture their food by using energy from the sun. In the forest, these form communities of plant life. In the sea, these include tiny algal forms to large seaweed. Like we already have seen in our practical life, we see is like in sea we sees like the algae forms to large seaweed. And the consumers are the one who consumes the producers. Like consumers are herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores animals. They eat the organic matter produced by the organic other organisms. And the last one is the decomposer. So basically every living organism is in some way dependent on other organism. Okay, so plants are food of all these things. So decomposers are a group of organisms consisting of small animals like worms, insects, bacteria, and maybe fungi, which breaks down the dead organic material into smaller particles and finally into simpler substances that are used by plants as nutrients. So basically, decomposition is a vital function in nature, as without this, all the nutrients would be tied up in the dead matter and no new life could be produced. So all these things about the producers, consumers, and decomposers are very important to understand ecosystem. Now we'll see the energy flow in the ecosystem. Energy flow in the ecosystem, we can understand this energy flow by this flow chart, as we have seen here. So basically, as we know, energy moves life. The cycle of the energy is based on the flow of energy through different trophic levels in an ecosystem. Basically, our ecosystem is maintained by the cycling energy and nutrients obtained from different external sources. At the first trophic levels means producers here, and the primary producers use solar energy to produce organic material through photosynthesis process. As we know, photosynthesis process, the producers use sunlight to produce organic material. Okay, then the herbivores at the second trophic level here use the plants as food, which gives them energy. A large part of this energy is used for metabolic functions of these animals, such as breathing, digesting food, supporting growth of tissues, maintaining blood circulation and body temperature also. Then the last part here, decomposers, which include bacteria, fungi, insects, those break down waste and dead organism and return to the nutrients to the soil, which is the taken up by the producers. Energy not recycled during decomposition, but it released here. So in the very next lecture, we will be learning about the various cycles, like what is the water cycle, carbon cycle, and what are the various cycles available in ecosystem. So that was all about for today's lecture. Thank you.